Hey, so one of our viewers, 2656, he basically recommended this video. And basically, the reason why you rage in League of Legends is because if you are playing your heart out and let's say you win your lane, you play really, really well, you deserve to win, but the guy that you're smashing does not deserve to win, right? So it's a point. It's like inequality. Do you know what I'm saying? Like he gets to win, he gets the LP, and you gets to lose, even though you did more work than he did, right? So the question is, like, can you ever get used to it? And the answer is no, because you are psychologically wired not to tolerate something like this. It's an evolutionarily built-in mechanism, like fear of heights, fear of loud noises, right? Somebody stepping on your toe. Like, look at this experiment. So there are two monkeys. They do exactly the same thing. One monkey gets a cucumber, another monkey gets a grape. And monkeys like grapes more than cucumbers, right? So watch what happens.
Who gets cucumber. The one on the right is the one who gets grapes. The one who gets cucumber, note that the first piece of cucumber is perfectly fine. The first piece she eats. Then she sees the other one getting grape, and you will see what happens. So she gives a rock to us, that's the task. And we give her a piece of cucumber, and she eats it. The other one needs to give a rock to us. And that's what she does. And she gets a grape. And she eats it. The other one sees that. She gives a rock to us now, gets again cucumber.
Monkey is like, dude, give me the LP. I'm better than this guy. So do you see this monkey is so happy because she's getting, do you know, kids, right? Kids, when you lose the game, they're like, yeah, I'm such a good player. I'm like platinum, like diamond challenger smurf, and I just like carried. You know what I'm saying? Well, you know, the reason what you lost is because your team is just garbage, right? There is no carrying in the game. It's just the team is garbage, right? So that's the kid that just won, and that's you, basically. You know what I'm saying?
She tests the rock now against the wall. She needs to give it to us. And she gets cucumber again. So this is basically the Wall Street protest that you see here.
But do you understand? That's kind of that's the psychology that's happening in your head. Like it's unbearable. It's unbearable. Another one I found was in dogs. Exactly the same thing. So they do exactly the same tasks, both dogs, but one gets rewarded, the other one does not, right? So look what happens to the dog. So this one gets rewarded, this one does not. You see, so the dog that is not getting rewarded starts getting demoralized, right? That's basically you, right? You delete League of Legends, you go back, you're like, man, if I just improve a little bit, this might change something, right? So you're back in the game, right? That's you. You're back in the game, okay? That's it. It's over, boys. Screw this game. Do you know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't want to do anything anymore, right? Because unfairness, right? It's stupid.
She doesn't want to sit anymore. She doesn't want to get football anymore. And
Do you know what I'm saying? I'll link both videos in the description so you can see them. But I mean, I'm telling you, and you see, this is you. Like any one of those dogs can be you, right? In like we're talking about metaphorical terms, right? And that's the matchmaking system. So the matchmaking system decides who is going to feed, right? So if you, unfortunately, this guy, right, you in the losers queue, not much you can do, dude. You're gonna have to sit through those games. Do you know what I mean? The problem, I think, is Like it's a system. Do you know what I mean? It's just a system. But you see, what they didn't test in here is occasionally giving a reward to this dog, like feeding this dog consistently, and then occasionally feeding this dog, and then you can kind of manipulate psychology of the subject, right? Because in League of Legends, you're just a subject to them, right? And they're gonna manipulate your win and loss rate to make sure that you keep going. Do you know what I mean? But you see, like what's happening right now is people starting to realize that, hey, dude, it's rigged. Like it's just rigged. Like it's a casino, and you cannot impact the game because this matchmaking system determines whether you get fed or not, whether you get to eat or not. You know what I mean? And humans do not like that. Right? I do not like that. I don't want to be at the mercy of a system. Like even if they say, oh, 50% of the games you get good teams, 50% of the game you get shitty teams, so it's balanced because you get to play losers game and winners game, right? But I'm not happy with that because I don't impact the game, right? From the start, right? If the system gives me the win, I win. If the system decides to lose, I lose, right? I want to be in control. I want to decide the outcome of the game. And unfortunately, in League, it's not possible anymore, right? And I made gazillion videos on this because, I mean, Zonias, like wombo combos, I'm not gonna go through that. Like, the game is so team oriented with all those objectives. It's literally a ram at this stage, and like you can't 1v5, right? And I mentioned this before, I'll repeat it again. If for people say you can carry in League of Legends 1v5, go into a custom game, create a game 1 versus 2, 1 versus 3. If you can win a RAM game 1 versus 3, I will give you 1,000 euro, right? I'm actually thinking of giving 10,000 euro, right? But I'm telling you, in this game, you cannot do it. It's not possible to do. So you, to a certain degree, your teammates need to perform. They have to perform to a certain extent, right? And if they don't do that, you're doomed. And who decides what teammates you get? The matchmaking does. Thus, you are completely at the mercy of the system, right? You don't decide the outcome of the game. That's what I'm saying, right? Of course, the challenger player is going to tell you that's not true. Um, I can go like 100% wins in like low elo. I have a channel. I have like videos on my channel where Korean coach IMLS, right? He's a professional coach, dropped 2 games in silver. We have a challenger player, Trindamir, who has been playing the game for 16 years. 16 years in playing MOBA, right? 12 of them are League of Legends, right? And he dropped 4 games in silver, all right? Then Kausep is another one. He's a Korean Grandmaster Master Yi player. He was ranking up on EU West, and he dropped games in low gold. He had 51% win rate all the way up until diamond, mid diamond level, right? That means he was losing in silver, in gold, platinum, right? So the argument that you can win 100% of your game is total BS. It is complete BS, right? Like the system wants you to play a lot of games because Riot is gonna make a lot of money if you are stuck there playing the game, right? Like I see, like I was watching Cowsep stream yesterday, and I see players that are diamond tier. This season just started. I mean, it started like what, like 10 days ago or something like that. They already ranked up 160 games. That means they're playing 16 per day nonstop, right? Now, Riot is going to reward this type of behavior by ranking them up. But if you're like me, you want to spend most of your time programming, earning money, right? Investing, kind of doing things that actually like that move the world forward, right? And then League of Legends is kind of like something that is you either watch television or you play League of Legends. It's that low level of priority. You cannot use the game like this, right? Because you're gonna I don't know, you're gonna load up the game, and for the whole day, you're just gonna get loser skew, right? What are you going to do? And then for the whole day, next game, you're gonna get winner skew. And winner skew, smashing losers, is not fun. It's not fun to play against morons and win for free. It's not fun for me at all, right? So that's why I kind of evolved into one-on-one games. It's a lot more fun to me. But again, the problem with 1-on-1 is sometimes you have to play for the whole day against like low platinum and bronze players, and oh god, it's like, and most of them play Yasuo and Akali and what's her name, Kiana, Zed as well. And they just like Zed is like, and Akali is such a shit champions in 1-on-1. You can't kill them, they can't kill you, right? So it becomes a farm fest. And furthermore, um, I play Tryndamere, right? So they cannot really CS against me effectively, like Zed and Akali, because if they approach the lane, approach the minions, I just gonna like all in them straight away. So of course they're gonna use gazillion dashes, run away, but the matter of fact is they just cannot kill you, right? And they cannot farm. So it's just like the game is just, you are literally just farming minions until I used to do 100 minions, now I do 65, specifically for this reason, because I play against Zed and Akali and Kiana so many games. I don't want to sit there for 10 minutes farm. Do you know what I mean? That's why I changed it to 65. All right. So that's what I'm saying is, bottom line, like this video I made it because I used to think that raging is not natural and good players do not rage, and that I will get used to it somehow. But as you can see, like we are, I don't know if you believe in evolution, but I'm an evolutionist person, right? I strongly support science. I strongly believe that we come from monkeys. We're just a better version of them. Like, you know, we used to have a phone, which was like a shitty phone. Now we have smartphones. We're just like a better version of the monkeys, right? So, but the wiring, the kind of, we still have like, we have a large brain, right? But we still have nervous system and wiring very similar to animals. Do you know what I mean? So, like, if you step on a monkey toe, it's gonna get angry. If you step on a human toe, it's gonna get angry. Inequality. Do you see how they respond to inequality, right? It's wired into you. It's a natural, healthy response because through evolution, we were wired to rebel against it, right? This is why you're raging. And if you think that you're gonna get used to it somehow, dude, you're wired like this. All right. It's like trying to remove hunger from your system or pain from your system, right? It's not possible because you are wired, and there is a reason why you are wired like this, and it's healthy. Do you know what I mean? So trying to figure out like how do you. Oh, another topic I want to touch about is that most of those challenger players are high school dropout kids who are not very intelligent, and they've been playing the game full time for 10 plus years. Of course, they have time to spend. Of course, they can play 1,000 games to get to whatever Masters, Grandmaster player, right? Because other than League of Legends, they have nothing going for them. Do you know what I mean? I personally don't have time to play 10,000 games every season, so I can get, like, I was watching this coach, Nice, I think he's called, or something like that, right? And he told the guy that you, like, he was like silver, I don't remember what rank he was, but he says you're perfectly fine, like you're playing really well, you just need to play more games. And the guy asked him like, how many games do you have to play? He said about 500. I was like, are you shitting me? 500 games of League every single season, going through this torture, like, dude, sign me out. Do you know what I mean? And plus you have to factor in to play correctly, like when I was playing the game seriously, you have to first play the game, second you have to watch the replay, right? So you can count how many mistakes you made. You also have to watch coaching sessions to see how, for example, like I didn't know how to back correctly, so I learned it through watching the coaching sessions, right? I didn't know certain things like how to freeze. Well, freeze the waves I always knew how to do, but like, for example, bouncing the wave, I did not know how to do that, right? I just like didn't know. Like warding also, where do you ward at what time? And also how do you play first four waves, for example? I learned that through coaching, right? By watching coaching. So, but right now it doesn't matter. All this bullshit doesn't matter because it's all about drafting a good comp right now. So that's what I'm saying is that like back in the days I had time, but now I don't. And another problem is once you start going into this mode of like improving at league hardcore, like watching all those, it starts to feel like work. Do you know what I mean? It's not a game where you just sit down and start relaxing. It's literally like work. So I thought to myself, if I'm gonna be doing work anyway, I might as well just do overtime at my work. Do you know what I mean? At least I get paid. Do you know what I mean? So that's why I gravitated towards one-on-one. But these guys are so full of shit of streamers. They're like, yeah, 500 games, dude. Like 500 games. If you plug in how many hours, how many times you sit in the queue, watching the game, watching the um, replays, right? Then dodging games. You also have to dodge unfavorable games because, for example, if you pick Tryndamere, they pick Timo, you have to dodge because you can't impact the game, right? If they counter pick you hardcore, like hard counter, you simply, if you go into the game, your team 100% decides the outcome of the game, and that's it, because you won't be able to do anything because you're hard countered. Do you know what I mean? So plus dodging, plus relogging accounts. It's like it's very time consuming. So I'm telling you, like those guys who telling you, oh yeah, 500 games, dude, like you're a full-time streamer. You've been doing it for 10 years, and League of Legends is the only thing that you have going. Like, of course, you're not gonna complain. I'm gonna complain because, dude, I want to do other things as well, right? Okay, going back to the issue is if you think you're not gonna stop raging, highly unlikely because you're just not wired like this. You're just simply not wired. In this also, you can see that like the dog just got demoralized, right? Now this will depend on people. Some people can tolerate longer. Some, like I personally, rage straight away. Like after third attempt, I would probably start showing my teeth. Like I'm very fast in terms of if I see something I don't like, I analyze it. I usually write it down. I have like decision making tools, and then if I conclude that this is not fair, I will immediately go into war, like straight away, right? But some people, they can tolerate it for longer, right? And of course, it depends on your objectives as well, right? If you just want to kind of hang out with friends, you won't really care if you get the cookie, if you get the cookie or not, right? But if you're doing specific task and you're expecting the grape and you're getting in League of Legends, you get punched, basically, right? This guy who went 0-7 in lane gets a grape and you get slapped, right? With minus LP. Imagine doing this to this monkey, it's gonna go crazy, right? It's just gonna, I'm telling you, it's gonna tear through this cage and just choke this guy up. And that's what happens in League, dude. And like you are proactively allowing the system to do this to yourself, right? So I'm just saying it's either play one-on-one or just quit, right? Because it's stupid, right? Or go into a game where you say, like I don't give a damn if I win or lose. It makes no difference to me, right? That's why I find that when I play, for example, when I level up accounts, I don't rage as much when I lose games because I get experience anyway, right? If you lose, you get experience. If you win, you get a little bit more experience. Ultimately, just playing out the game, what matters. Do you know what I mean? Regardless of the outcome. It might be actually the way to actually enjoy the game, just leveling up accounts. You know what I mean? Because then there is just playing out the game is the outcome. Do you know what I mean? And if you, I don't know, if you lose the game, it's not a big deal because the difference between winning and losing is not a big deal. The biggest spike you get is if you win first win of the day is the biggest spike in experience, I think, right? So it could be the way to play League actually, just leveling up accounts. But so far, one on one is the most stable way I found to actually enjoy the game, right? But I'm telling you, if you go into one on one mode, you'll be hugely disappointed in the ranking system, hugely. Because you could be like silver player and you could smash like a diamond two player, easy peasy. You know what I mean? So I'm just telling you, like one on one is a good way to test the system, right? All right. So I'll link the both videos in the description below, so check it out. Very fun. And if you think you're gonna stop raging, you're wired for this. All right, you're just wired for this. Take care.